Yeah, welcome back to class, dear student. This is another exciting lesson where we'll be ramping up the section on AI-enhanced Web3 front-end development for CSS. And in this video, we are going to work out some of the projects together. All those things we've learned in this CSS section, we want to join it with the previous section 1. This is section 2 for CSS. Section 1, we learned HTML. We've built the project, which is the token minter dApp or dWeb, and then we want to now style it, because in the previous one we were not able to style it. Even the AI tools couldn't come to our aid because it was strictly stated we should use nothing more than HTML. So here now we have the freedom to use HTML and CSS, but nothing more. No JavaScript, no framework like React or nothing. So, and build it up to that level to style what we have already. So I'm going to do that together with you step by step, using AI as our co-pilot and ally along the way. Like I used to say, you need to embrace AI as a developer now, and that's why our courses are courses for the future, not the old way you learn. You need to one-on-one be working hand in hand with this AI tool to better your 10x your productivity and outcome as a Web3 developer. Yeah, let's check congratulations on reaching the final stretch of CSS module in our AI enhancement frontend. After constructing a solid HTML foundation for the full stack token minter dApp, it's time to breathe life into it with CSS. This lesson will guide you through styling the dApp using CSS while integrating AI tools like ChatGPT for code suggestion. You will also learn the essentials of using GitHub for version control, which we have been using before anyway. So let's move on. Styling your dApp with CSS. With your HTML structure in place, time to add the styling. Good, we'll do that. Then we'll do to consider color scheme, typography, layout, and more. Then using AI tool for CSS generation, yeah, we'll surely do that. And what are the practical steps? So we should go to repo where you did the HTML capstone project. So remember, in the HTML project, there's an official repo we forked, which was an empty repo, and then that creates your own project repo for you, and from there you are able to clone it. And so if you have forgotten or you skip it, it's time you go back, because I'm not going to go back to it. So I'm just going to take it from that level straight. So the lessons are there for you to check. So now you have this. You remember then we have two repos we were using. We are using the official dProgramming University, and I now sounding like a student as well. I forked that repo, then clone it to my system. So I just want to do that. If you somehow land on GitHub, you can give me a follow, yeah, and also follow the official dProgramming account. Here we are now. We have the project. I think this was what we worked on last. Let's click on it. Web3 front end. So remember, this was where you are expected to have forked it from, to have done your HTML. At the end of the full project, we will check. I will make sure I check, yeah, those things. So if you like, skip it. You see, this is a branch at the end of submitting your final project to get certification and all those. You ought to have all the branches with the name in accordance. So if you don't have it, you just feel you can jump and do the last part of the project, you have only wasted your time. Yeah, it won't be approved. So, and following all these things step by step will help you a lot. It's for your own good, not mine. if I don't know this, I won't be teaching you. So it's not, doing it is not for my sake, it's for your sake. So now project section 1, which is the HTML we did. And remember, like I said, you should start, that means something, and fork it as well. So here now, you should have something like this. This was the actual one. Yeah, follow the course lesson. But inside there, you are expected to give description about yourself, experience you learned from the HTML and all those things. So I believe you should do that. So we'll do it also in the CSS. Now we've got this, we need to clone. But I'm not cloning afresh because from the previous lesson, I got it. So if I go back to, let me duplicate this. Yeah. If I go back to the course demo, live, this is it. We've duplicated. That's why I said I will not go back again to come and tell you how it will be done. So all we just need to do, I've already cloned it. So let's just go to open terminal. As usual, you use the shortcode to open VS Code, code dot, and then it opens our VS Code for us, which is what we'll be working with. So you can remember this now when we did the front end .html. Then your readme, so the media where you have your audio, all those things, videos and other stuff. Let's minimize this. That's the HTML. This, wherever you have designed your HTML, that's where you continue from. So before you do that, remember, you don't just do directly, follow the instruction. I said go to it, we are there, clone your forked repo to we've done, create a new branch. So remember the first one we did for HTML. Now we are in CSS, so we can't use the same thing again. If I do git status, you can see on branch section 1, that was the HTML we did then. So I'm not using this again, so I need to do what? Git checkout b, that's create a new branch, and then make sure you copy, because that name must not be different, it must be for every student. Paste project section CSS. So I know this was when you do your CSS, this was when you do your HTML, and I can check, it's version. So even if you have done new thing, I can see the past things you did. If you didn't do it and just think you can game it, it wouldn't. So let's go, we'll switch, let's confirm. I think this is so clumsy for me. Yeah. So now we've created the section. Let's status are good. You see it now. We're on project section 2 CSS, but as usual, on this here it will not be there yet because the remote repo doesn't know it existed, so we need to push it. And I've told you the first thing you should do is to push it before you even start adjusting or something, so that later when you want to do it will be much easier to run. So if we do I used to forget that something, so let me just do git push then to correct me. Yeah, so this is what I actually need to do. Git push set or stream for the first time. After this first time, then I can use the git push. Oops. The copy. Paste. Let's see. Good. It says that's if I try status now, you see, instead of just pure on branch, this is now saying on branch nothing, where it's now saying your branch is now linked. If I go back here, instead of 2, I fix this up, then becomes 3. So there's no way you can game this and get approved and get the certification if I don't see all this, because this would have helped you to learn more and especially learn how to contribute to open source on GitHub and things like that. So a lot of things you will learn. So you now see we have another branch here. We can go here now. So this is the branch we'll be working on moving forward. So come here. We just need to do about 2 things. Now we have this. Let me now go to, I can use AI in this, what they call it, like Copilot, for example. I can use it to create something for me. So I can say workplace. That means it should crawl my workplace. CSS library / framework I can use to make styling production ready and easier for me as a beginner. So let's see what this will create for us. And remember, when you go also into this list, the free GPT for developer I created, this is it, DPU Web3 Dev GPT. You can also post there. So we use it in the last lesson when we created the HTML. You see simple dApp. So I can just continue the interaction with the GPT, DPU Web3 Dev GPT. So let me just say I'm now in next section of the course, which introduces me to CSS and allow me to style the HTML with CSS. So like previously, just like what we said, so clear the workplace, guide me step by step. So you know this ChatGPT doesn't do the other code, but for you to be sure, so the current HTML structure, notes, ensure production level well commented code routes CSS HTML. Is this me? So now ensure this, then let's now paste the code. You know, we have this now. We need to go back, copy it, paste it here. So, but the Copilot have access to it, so you don't need to. Let's see what we get from both. Let's go back. So this is how you use AI. It's AI word, please. Embrace these things and simplify your life. Diff your productivity. Once you learn the basic, you are good to go. Start easily learn a lot more with these AI tools. What does this bring? Okay, sure. A beginner developer, I recommend using Bootstrap. It's a popular CSS framework that can help you style your HTML quickly and easily. Here is the step guide on how to use it. Include Bootstrap in your project. So this is part of what we are saying. Like, oh, how do I use it? This already, I just told it, give me, and since this have access to my workplace, it tells me, okay, include this in your project, use Bootstrap. Bootstrap provide a wide range of CSS classes, then customize. If you want to customize the default Bootstrap, you can do so. Adding can override the defaults. So it said Bootstrap and try to give me how to integrate it into it. So let's see what ChatGPT is bringing. I also have told it to separate them. Yeah. You can see. So imagine if I had to write all this myself, figure out, spend hours. So within few minutes, I can get all this thing outputted for me, and then I can now begin to customize it. So I may not do much of customization. That's expected of you. Continue generation in this video, but at least I've shown you the idea, the picture, and should be able to take things up from there. So don't expect any like a kind of finished things. So I think it also uses Bootstrap to style it, and you can follow include style tag, styling the header, styling the navigation, styling main content, give the footer existing look. Framework as a beginner, you might want to start with Bootstrap. It is widely well documented. You say, you know, both of them are even powered by GPT-4. So, no, based on when you'll be watching my GPT-20. So, yeah, example how you could style. This will be basic and more advanced styling refer to the documentation. So, let's copy what we got here and come over here. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. I think we should close the one we were using for the class front end. Let me see. This was for the previous lessons. Let's close it. Yeah, so we concentrate on this, and then let's make this go live. Click the go live. Yep. So we got it. So look at what we've got here. Everything just jumped up together. So let's try and clear this. Nothing, and then paste what ChatGPT got for us. Then save. Okay, it may need first to load. Good. So you can see it now. This is what ChatGPT got, which is totally much more organized than what we got. Then you can now start using this to style it, because it has brought in the basic. Oh, it just use a basic. So what we'll do now is we go back and tell it and say, okay, that's nice. Let's go with Bootstrap then. So integrate guide to integrate it step by step. If you use that, it will help you to learn and also create the CSS external CSS no inline / internal CSS allowed. You understand? So guide to integrate it step by step, and also create the CSS to style the existing HTML. I've copied the HTML below. Okay. So reinforcing to make sure it's not giving you generalized response. So I think we've tampered with this, right? Let's see. This is what we've got here. So let me go back. Oops. Was it? Yeah, that's where we started from. So copy this, and which of these things is showing this? That shouldn't have even been. Oh, I think we commented out something. Why? Oh, we commented out, then we should have removed it. That's what is causing this one, I believe. Let's save this. Yeah, better now. So we want to go back to, and you see now we don't have CSS yet, so it should be able to guide us to set them up. But let's go back. That's nice. Let's go with bootstrap then. Guide to, let's guide me to integrate step by step as beginner. Remind it. I also create the CSS external only ensure follow code have production ready level of commenting. So now we want to paste that same HTML back. I love to copy before I paste because at times just hang and you lose what you've typed. So at times once you finish typing, copy it into a notepad, then send. So in case anything breaks, you'll be able to copy and you don't need to retype all this long text. So familiarize yourself, that's it. A good thing, you should learn some things about something you are using, but I'm just showing you, I may not even do all these things for you. The power of what this AI, using this AI, how they can speed up your learning moving forward, since you've learned the basic. See, it has helped us put like bootstrap. Remember all these classes, you can imagine, so all these have been done for you, you just integrate them. That's interesting, you can see it. You can see it now that all these are already, look at a lot of these classes. So you can see it now, the classes and all those things are there. Any additional custom. So you can see start to adjust main content area. So all those things they use, classes, is already being styled by Bootstrap. So you don't need to, but in case you want to customize them, you see, and based on that GPT, you also add suggestions to learn more. You see, responsive design with Bootstrap integration guide. So now with this, now you can easily just go through, create CSS file on your local machine, call style.css. It tells you link the file in the head. You write your custom commenting, HTML comment, and then we have this. So let's quickly, let me see, because I don't, at least I've shown you this. You should have learned a lot to undo those things. So, but at least let's see what we can do. If I put this, oop, that was a mistake. I need this, I need this. I need to do another, and that's where we have style.css. Good. So like previously I used global style, so you can change it if you want, but I'm just trying to follow what the AI is giving me. What else? Yeah, it sent me his HTML. So let's, nope, let me copy this first. Yeah, the header main, and so it said do not use empty rule sets. Okay, so now if I'm not pulling anything, there's no need to put, but I think it's trying to give me those things, it's customized in the HTML. So in case I want to use custom and not the default coming from, I want to override. So But normal, it should not just have empty, something like this. So let's go back to this. I think I need to duplicate this. I'm coming. Okay, let me just copy, then paste. Yeah. So let me keep this in case I mess this up. I can quickly run back. That's another trick for you. So let's close this. Before we do that, let's go and we have copied this. So let's quickly copy this. So it won't show anything. Let's paste this. Then try to reload this. Cool. This looks whoops. At least not bad compared to what we got before. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oops. And you know, it's responsive. You can see it's responsive. So as I make it wider, it centers everything. I can remember when we learned about the content, the box, after the content we have what? The padding, the border, like what surrounds here. Then we have the margin and things like that. So this is cool. You can see it. Responsive on smaller screen, on medium, on bigger screen. So that's it. You can see now, I didn't even have to like add this style, but you pull it there. Because if you want to adjust anything, I can do it. So that's what we are saying with this AI. So I can now start saying, okay, if I want to override this color from blue to this, I can now change it here. And once I change it there, it will reflect right there. So that's the essence why the AI help you to know, okay, the header and some things like that. And if you go through, where is the HTML? Yeah, this is the HTML. You see a lot of classes, a lot. You can imagine you sitting down to create all this. See, class, big background color, primary, text center, I think PY or something. So if you go learn about those things, you will understand these styles better and then be able to adjust even better. So that's it. I just accept I've done. You should try to customize something inside this. Don't leave it empty. So here now, let's welcome to Capstone projects. Yeah. What my experience? Section 1 HTML 1 learnt about HTML 2 blah blah blah. Write that and get disqualified. So I don't expect you to expect me to write everything you'll be writing there. Just an example. 2, that's why how you'll be moving on CSS. So the same thing here. Copy. Learned about CSS, blah blah blah. My challenges, blah blah blah. So my challenges. Good. So all this now experience let's see. You can see my experience. So all this now you should learn to, even if you give it to the AI to adjust, it will adjust. If I do this, you see it. So my experience, this could be 3, 1, just like your H1, H2. So you see, this could be 3. So the first heading will be 1, then other ones experience, So you see it now, then you list out those things. It could be what I learned, then the challenges. So that's just it. You can see now, and this is settled. If I go back to this lesson, I've almost done everything. Switch, use the library. You see, style the HTML structure with any CSS library or framework. So you must use a CSS library, so you learn a lot using it. So and save you trying to do things with that. This also makes sure you learn real valuable, real life experience, not things you won't use at work or to get freelance job or to start your own project or build your own dApp or the website. So incorporate AI tools. You don't remember to focus best practices on comment, and after making necessary, commit your changes, then push to the branch. So that's just it. Then, like I said, edit the README, then create a pull request. So this should even be here. You should update the README as well before, make necessary changes before you finally. So let's do the final stage now. We're almost done. Good. Yep. So I'm done here. I just want to do git status. You see those things we modified. Then it will now be git add, then git status again. Remember, if we do git, we have even pushed, so remote v, we will know if we are connected. We will know if we are connected to the git. You can imagine, say gt git, so we are connected to this. So now we need to git status, then git commit -m. So what you got to do now, you can first do the something, then you update the readme. So that's like to commit the first, or just do completed section 2 CSS styling the HTML of my dApp. And updated readme. So you can see it now. Git status, then git push. So if we go back here, you can see we have a push now. So remember, you need to push it to your main, not the main of where you fork. So remember, this main previously will look something like this. You see, it doesn't have CSS or anything. So, but now, once we push, don't forget you compare and do pull request. It will usually want to push it to the official one. No, change it to your own, because your personal project. So other students won't allow anyone to. So completed this, and then this. You copy, you create pull request. Make sure it's to your main. If it's to the something, will close it, to not respond to it. and it won't count as a submission. So you won't be the one, you will see the match, then you can match it. So cool. Let's go back. See now, it's getting better. Section 1, section 2. Then we now have front end. Oop, I forget to remove the front end copy. Cool. So make sure you remove that. It should be. So next time you pause again and check before you commit and push. So you see it now, the main compared to the main now. So it's now, if I refresh this now, it's now updated. So that is it for this lesson. Is be an interesting ride together. We have been able to start our dApp or decentralized website using AI with other CSS library. I think the AI push Bootstrap. So that's what we use. You can use other ones that are also popular like Tailwind or any other one. You are free to use them, because especially if you know you have anyone you want to be using in future, then you can just start using it now. It will help you to learn more as well. So it's better you try to pick like one or two to use, because changing from them, it will take time to learn them. But if you pick one, I usually use Tailwind and maybe any other one. So those are the things you should pick and get this thing done. Don't copy other students. I will see it there. And by now, you have 3 branches: main, project section HTML, project section 2. Then the next one will be project section 3 JavaScript. So I will see you in that section. Till then, hope you enjoyed this and learned a lot. And now you are beginning to gain the confidence and seeing the great dreams ahead that will be possible for you once you fully acquire this skill. Now HTML, CSS, and then I believe you should have taken this course, which review are in about $20,000 with $0 with super team with Web3 development skill, through grant and a lot of things, and you can do it. And some of our students are already doing it already. So one within a week or so that I started got approved for grant of about 500 USD. So it's possible you can do it. If I did it without even guidance, with I now guiding you, you should be able to even do better and outshine me. Yeah. So that's it for this lesson. We've really styled up website, or the website HTML structure with CSS using AI. I remain Solomon Foske of the Programming University. Keep the programming spirit and alive your assurance to succeed as a developer. And please always do good to humanity with any knowledge you have. Your programming skill are not evil, to make the world and the universe a better place for us all. So if we have done that, we'll see you in the JavaScript section. You see, I'm here to even create the content. So it's like once I create a section, text content, I do the video, then I can now move to another. So the next one I will start working on now is the JavaScript lesson. See you and peace.